epiphany. I said, wow, wait a second. If I do their job for them, then they need me. Well, that's good job security. You know, it's not what happens, right? It's how you interpret what happens. It's the state you put yourself in. We learned that last night. It's the state you put yourself in based on what happens. There's some of the questions, you know, price range, age of the home, et cetera. So we're really getting specific for the real estate agent. We also talk about the process flow. We give them a flow chart. One of the questions we're always asked on the front end is, okay, what's next? You got my information, what's next? As soon as I hear the same question from multiple clients, that means there's a break in my system. So we have to implement something so that we're answering that question in a proactive manner instead of a reactive manner. If I know the question's coming, why am I not answering the question before they know to ask it? So we're putting this in the document as well, letting them know, here's the flow. Tips, the do's and don'ts. Effective immediately. Give your social security number to no one for any reason. Don't apply for a gym membership. Don't go get a cell phone. Don't quit your job. Don't, all those things until closing. We all know we're supposed to tell our clients that, and we hit a couple of the highlights sometimes. What are you doing to do it consistently, communicate it consistently? I don't know about you, but I hate getting that phone call from a real estate agent that says, well, the client quit their job 2 days ago, but why didn't you tell them not to do that? I have to tell the client not to quit their job before buying a house? You're kidding, right? Well, guess what? We do have to tell them. How many people have lost a deal because their client quit their job while the loan was being processed? Yeah. And then they're looking at you, it's like, oh, that matters? Yes, it matters that you have a job. We're quirky that way. You know, so let's communicate that up front. Let's get that information on the table. Testimonials. I also put in some testimonials, trying to create trust and rapport so they can see what other clients have felt. If you're not asking for testimonials from your clients, if you're not putting them on your website, if you're not creating presentation materials that have testimonials, I highly encourage you to do so. It's a very powerful way for clients to feel instant rapport and instant trust. And then we also have a call to action. The last page of the document is a fax cover sheet with instructions on what to do with the information. I'm doing my best to remove any and all barriers from getting this information as fast as possible. So I've even filled out to Eric Mitchell, the fax number, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And then they can fill out who it's from. You know, so when somebody says, well, what am I supposed to do with it? Just turn to the last page. It's got the instructions on it. Oh, great, thank you. You walk over to the fax machine, boom, it's sitting on my fax machine every Monday morning. It's a great feeling, guys. Great feeling walking in on a Monday morning and seeing loan applications sitting on your fax machine. It's a great feeling. So closing the loop, USPs, phone selling, face-to-face, and collateral presentation materials. There's ways to incorporate all four to drive your business. There's ways of doing it. You know, I'm also going to be talking to you guys about level 4, and I'm really looking forward to sharing our system, our operational systems with you as to how this is incorporated into our day-to-day activities. But there are ways, very specific ways for you to drive your business. It's what's your ability to implement them and be passionate about them. And that's what I can't express enough. And we learned it from Tony last night. We all have access to the same books and the same information. The only thing that's going to separate anybody in this room is our ability to take action on that information. And in closing, a salesperson is simply a communicator of value, not coercing anybody. What's your ability to ask good questions and then provide a service that is specifically tailored to their needs, not what you perceive they need. And this is my system for being able to sell effectively. And like I said, guys, I'm closing 360 loans this year, personal production. And next year, 2007, my personal goal is to be the #1 originator in the country, the whole country. So for those of you, as you get to know me, when I throw out a statement like that, it's a BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. And if you give yourself a BHAG, something that you perceive to be not achievable, it's amazing what can be created. It's amazing. If you set your goal so high that it's somewhat not achievable, and then figure out how do I make it achievable, ask the right questions from the right people, you can accomplish great things. And I wish that for everybody in the room. Thank you.